Let's be honest, there's no guidebook when it comes to relationships. So we end up having to stumble through life trying to figure things out for ourselves. What if there was a podcast that found the answers for you, that provided insight to build a successful relationship and ultimately find the companionship you've always hoped for? Welcome to the Girls Ask Guys show, where we answer the questions most people are afraid to ask when it comes to lessons in life and love. It's time to master this thing called life together with your hosts, John and Ashley.
And welcome back. Okay, so this is our little break between our Love is Blind. So while we are waiting for Love is Blind to drop the next episode so we can wrap up that train wreck.
So excited to watch it. I'm so excited. You guys, we're dropping the episode like literally, oh shit.
Yeah, as soon as we possibly can. So
yeah, like Friday.
Yeah, it could come out later on tonight if you're catching our show at like in the morning. So you might want to check back. Or it's going to be out tomorrow. It depends on how fast we can actually watch that show, analyze it, stop pulling our hair out, and actually get it recorded.
Right. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be insane. It's going to be fun. It's fun to do a series always. But this series was especially fun. You guys apparently really liked it, and we saw the numbers, and we can't just abandon you at the last minute. And so we're just very excited to have this show come out and to, you know, we just want to say thank you to everybody who listened, who followed us through all 3 episodes, and, it was a wild ride.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully you kind of saw the value that we were adding into it with all the research and everything that we kind of imparted on everybody, even if you didn't go through 1,500 some odd pages to go read that one study.
Right. I did not. I can tell you that right now.
No, I actually had to go to the university in order to pull that thing.
Yeah.
I just don't have $3,000 to go spend on getting a research study.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it costs to get some of that research. But
that's crazy.
What we're going to do here is we're going to take you on yet another journey. And this one is on style and fashion and why it actually plays an important role in showing people who you are.
That's all it is. And if you guys have been following the show for a while, you know that my style is kind of like, is it clean? Can I Febreze it real quick? That's kind of like what my style goes into. So we're looking at more of a casual, but we have seen, and you know, John's Encyclopedia Browning has let us know that your clothing is pretty much your people's first impression of you.
Yeah. I mean, your clothes can actually give an insight into the type of person that you are. Now, I understand that some people, they dress one way at the office, but yet they're going to dress another way when they're just out hanging with their friends. But your clothes give your first impression as to what type of person that you are. And in our course, we actually break down like over 40 styles.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, we get crazy in depth with it. What we're going to do is we're going to actually just kind of give you 5 general categories, and there's all different kinds of names out there. It depends on the fashion industry and who you're talking to as to what name they use for what. But really what we want to get impart to you is that if people are like backing off or not really wanting to engage with you, it could be that the clothes that you are wearing don't really say a whole lot about you. They could look at you and instantly think, okay, they're kind of boring, a little bit standoffish.
Homeless.
Yeah. It
they
could
don't
be almost
shower.
anything. Or it could be that, okay, you look like way outside of my league.
Mm-hmm.
You look like you're walking down the red carpet, white tie type of person. And they're just like, there ain't no way I'm going to be able to keep up with you.
Yeah. I would say, having come from a place where I've seen people who dress, you know, to the 9s versus people who dress to the 0s, it's kind of interesting because a lot of times people don't even really realize the subtext you give when you dress, well, you know, the way you wear. And I've always had a problem with the fashion industry because of this. I don't necessarily agree with the idea, but I will say that you can always tell a lot about somebody by the t-shirts they wear, believe it or not. So I guess it's right, but I can't admit it. As much as I hate to admit it, there is some validity to the idea that clothes make the person. I personally have lived my entire life trying to rebel against big clothing, which obviously I hate to admit it, says a lot about my personality. So I will concede to the clothing makes the man thing. And I think when we talk about styles, people always want to assume that everyone who has this, let's talk about one specific style. Everyone who dresses casually, they're very relaxed, they're very, laissez-faire, they don't really care about much, they don't care about anything. But in fact, I would say that people who dress casually usually are just tired, they don't, it's not, their clothing isn't a big deal. They want to be seen for something more than what they wear. They aren't just, they aren't waking up, taking a 7-hour shower, making sure that their clothes are ironed and every button is completely stitched. They're like, I have bigger fucking issues than my clothing. Yeah. And I need to just focus on those. So I'm going to throw something on. But there's a difference between casual and dirty homeless, just so everybody knows.
And there's also the ones where you just kind of wake up and you just kind of throw anything on.
Right.
But then you also have the ones where they look at, okay, I'm a fun type of person, so they wear like different kinds of prints and bright colors and stuff like that. But if you're a fun person and you're just dressing in a green drab t-shirt and some faded blue jeans, that's not saying how fun you are.
Right, that's not, yeah. And if you're more of a fun person, I'd say, and you're a fun casual person, you're looking at something like a graphic tee that's really funny. I'd say maybe some some loose fitting jeans, some Converse. You can always tell how funny somebody is by their Converse, because Converse or Vans, they allow you to express yourself. So when you're looking at that that casual kind of fun look, you want people to understand your sense of humor. You want to convey that message that you are a funny person and you want people to feel comfortable around you. So you wear things that look comfortable. I would say that's true.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to be getting into, is how all of this kind of fits and how you define yourself and how you want other people to view you, how your clothes can actually do that based on the different categories of fashion and style that are out there. And really what you do is you kind of gravitate towards one of them, and then you make that one yours.
Right. And you can adapt that style, that personal style, to all aspects. You can be casual and still be able to rock a tux, and you can be super classy.
Go get a yellow tux.
Right. Yeah. And you can be super classy and be able to rock like a nice basketball jersey. It's a matter of knowing your style and knowing your personality, which is why we tell you guys to do the work to figure these things out, because nothing happens on accident when it comes to becoming someone that you feel is ready to be dateable, if that's a sentence. None of that happens on accident. Everything we do as far as becoming a dateable person is intentional. So when you put those clothes on, you may be thinking, I just threw something on, but if you're going out, you don't just throw something on. Nobody just throws something on when they're going on a date. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, I'm going to wear this t-shirt and I want to make sure it goes okay. I want to use the extra scented fabric softener.
I'm gonna wear my when I get ready for a date, and whoever I'm dating at this moment can attest to this, I wear my finest t-shirt and my cleanest khakis. And it's not dressing up, but for me, I'm fancy. I'm very fancy. I wear my sneakers and not my flip-flops because I mean business, and I want, and that's about as much as I feel is businessy. But I know a lot of people. I know John. I can only imagine the headache that is you getting dressed for a date.
Actually, it's pretty much it's what I wear almost every day. Because my wardrobe, I literally got rid of almost everything that I had, and I went out and I very slowly repurchased everything. But everything I'm able to mix it, so I can throw on a button-down shirt and some chinos with a blazer, or I could take the blazer off, throw on some jeans, and instead of wearing my Chuka boots, I just throw on some white tennis shoes. I mean, everything is interchangeable.
Right. And I guess that's the point of finding style. So yeah, everything's interchangeable.
Yeah. I mean, if I wanted to, I could actually just put the button-down shirt on and throw a V-neck sweater over the top of it. And there's a completely different look. So, but yeah, that just comes from going way too far in depth into studying this stuff.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. So let's jump into like the very first category these are like the very basic overall general categories. I mean, these things get into like subcategories and sub-subcategories. And
yeah,
I mean, it gets really in depth. But the very first one that a lot of people can identify with is going to be the business category.
Right. The business category is way more traditional. And this is something you guys obviously, as adults, as most of you are, and you go to the office, it's your regular old business clothes. It's nothing too dress downy. It's nothing too dress uppy. It's not black tie, but it's also not casual. It's literally the happy medium between the both of them. And I think when we talk about business attire, there's so many different subsets. And there's so many, because there's business casual, business formal. There's
business casual. You've got California casual.
Right.
I mean,
there's so many different. Florida casual is like just clothes, but you have so many different categories. But when we talk about your basic business ladies, we're talking like a pantsuit that matches, the blazer, the black shoes that are sort of high heely, the nice pencil skirt, the stripy skirts, the blouse, the button up blouse, that we all have, that we all kind of don't really like to wear. Yeah. The one that's a little too revealing, but you do it when you're looking for a raise. Those things. These are what we're looking at for women as far as when we talk about business casual or business wear. Yeah.
And for guys, it really depends on the overall office atmosphere that's out there. Because you could have some offices, they say jeans are not allowed, but then you have this other one that says jeans are allowed. This is your typical button-down shirt with optional tie, blazer or suit jacket. But that's really what you're limiting yourself to. And that's going to be your basic formal office type of business dress.
Right. And I think the best way when we talk about personality and we talk about meshing your personality with your actual style is if you're a fun person and you're a business person and you love that business look and you're very fun, you're very out there, you're very use bright colors, wear those bright colors, take advantage of the top and wear a bright top, get all fun with it and have fun. Have a fun blazer on. You can't have variation.
Yeah, if they say that you have to have a button-down shirt and it needs to be one of these three colors, well, you don't have to get the subdued color. Go for the bold color. I mean, instead of going for the pale blue Oxford-type shirts, screw that. I'm going with bold, bright blue. And I want to have, like, the white inside cuffs. Actually, I have a shirt like that. That's why I'm describing it. But inside the collar band and inside the cuffs is lined with a white fabric. So, I mean, I can step out of it. Your guys with your ties, oh my gosh, you can go all kinds of different directions with your tie if you wanted to opt for that. Or if you have to have like some kind of sweater or something over the top of it.
Tie clips. Yeah. Tie clips you can get fun with too.
Tie clips, cufflinks.
Yep, cufflinks, pocket squares. I love a good pocket square. I think they're the coolest. I think pocket squares are the coolest accessory in the entire world.
Actually, I don't go my pocket square always matches my shirt.
No, I think you can have a lot of fun with those.
Oh yeah, you can have a lot of fun with them. There's like 18 different ways or 30 different ways of doing a pocket square.
Yeah.
I prefer just like the
simple fold.
The simple square fold over the top. So
I was going to say, if you also want to get crazy, don't leave out the socks.
I was going to say socks, yeah.
Yep. One of the coolest ways to express yourself if you're a business person and you want people to say, listen, I take this person seriously, but you still want to show a little personality, get those socks on. Everyone I know who is in a formal office setting, like I'd say about 40% of them have the weirdest freaking socks you'll ever imagine because that's your time.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's only revealed when you want it to be revealed.
Right.
But
it's awesome.
when you step down out of the formal office and you get into like business casual, there's where you can have your chinos and dark jeans and your blazer and sports jackets. And a lot of people get this mistaken. There is a difference between a blazer and a sports jacket. There's a difference there. Yeah.
It's
so
like
when you walk,
jackets.
yeah. Well, when you walk in, I mean, a sports jacket is going to start at a 6-ounce fabric weight. And if you walk into I've done this. I've gone into these like, you'll come in here and you will leave looking your absolute best. And I go in, I'm like, where's your sports jacket? They take me over and they pull something off the rack. I'm like, does it come with pants? And if they say yes, it's not a sports jacket, it's a suit jacket.
Yep.
It's a different weight and it flows differently. It should pretty much match how your jeans would flow, and it's not moving at like a separate speed and shit like that. And a blazer is usually printed. Sports jackets are normally solid color. Blazers are normally have some kind of print to them. There's also difference in the buttons. Know your difference so you know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And there's also a huge price difference as well.
It's funny. Yeah, just when you're one of those people, and this is why we're talking to individual types of style. We're not telling you that you have to be business style. You have to be casual. We're saying if you see that style and that's the style you like, here are some different variations for you of this style, because I know there's a lot of guys who love bright colors. Guys who like that business casual business look, listen, you can wear all those freaking Easter colors. The one advantage men have over women is that they can wear any fucking color they want and it's always acceptable. Guys have this, I swear guys have an easier time with wearing clothes than girls do. Like, guys will argue, but honestly, ladies, you all know what's up. We have 3 different types of freaking pants, okay? And then 17 different types.
Yeah, skirts. I was going to say 40 different types of dresses.
Right. And then like a million types of shirts and a million types of this. Guys, let's be honest. You got like khakis, you got like jeans, and then you got plaid Chinos. Colored stuff. Yeah, like.
I mean, and really with guys, if you have no freaking clue, but you kind of lean towards the business type look or the more preppy type look, very easy. Go with black, white, gray.
Yep.
There's your starting colors. You can't mess that stuff up. And
you can't.
And then go either dark wash blue jeans or some kind of neutral color, either beige or black, gray, that type pants. There you go. You're done.
Very serious. Very simple. It's all very simple. And we want you
black or brown shoes. Black, brown, white. Yep. There you go.
There you go. I think me and John will probably go on Amazon and look for some stuff for you guys, because I know some of you are probably lost. Women, we don't need to help you. You already know what you like. And I think one of the things women don't like is to be shopped
really,
for.
I mean, there's so many different types of prints and colors and stuff like that.
Floral.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we can pretty much point you in the general direction, but I mean, that's really like a one-on-one sit down, try and figure it out type deal, because there is so many different variations and options.
Mm-hmm. And when you guys get further in, you start working with us and you start, we obviously, we love the 80s. So we love fashion montages, and we'll definitely help you as far as that. If you need any help, if you're a business person and you're saying, hey, I want to venture out into this, always send us an email. Always let us know what you're thinking. And we will definitely do our best to help every single person, because while I don't necessarily agree with every fashion choice in the world, I do think everybody has their own personal style. And I think if you can find it to represent you, it's the easiest thing in the world once you master it. So what's the next one we got?
We have one, and this relates very close to business. It's actually going to pull from business a little bit, but it's going to make it a little bit more individualistic. And this is the classic style. This is really where I kind of fit in. Because if you look at how I dress, it fits the classic style, meaning that it's pretty much timeless. You can go all the way back to the 1800s and pull all the way forward, and it's pretty much still going to follow the basic same steps. it never goes out of style.
Never. And then that's let me guess, that's like your classic, obviously your classic button down, some jeans, a decent pair of shoes, maybe a blazer. It's very similar, I would say, to business casual.
And I can do a basic t-shirt if I wanted to, just a basic solid t-shirt. I have a couple of those, either white or black. I keep it very simple, and I can take my button-down shirt off and just have a basic black t-shirt and throw my bomber jacket on over the top of it. I have a completely new look.
Right. You know what we forgot to mention? Polo shirts. That's another way that you're able to really express yourself. I think polo shirts, you clean up nicely with them, so they're obviously presentable. But also, they come in such a variety of colors, and they're almost, what's the word? They just fit in anywhere. Yeah. You can pretty much wear them anywhere, except for red carpet events.
Yeah, they fit into the office. They fit into different parties. You can get 3 buttons, 2 buttons. You can get long sleeve, short sleeve. Long sleeve actually has a different name, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty much universal. You can even get a little bit fancy with having the body of the shirt one color and your collar and sleeves a different color. So you can really mix it up.
And that's what we want you to do.
Yeah, and if you wanted to, you can. I mean, don't forget about your sweaters. V-neck sweaters come in very handy for just about anything.
Throw on a quick V-neck, a long sleeve, and you're good to go. And that's, like I said, being a guy, it's pretty easy. But I know that guys get really in their head about fashion, and that's why I'm here to kind of talk you down off the ledge. If you find your style, the fashion will come.
Yeah, if you know who you are and what you want to represent, you're naturally going to be gravitated towards one category or another. And like myself, I float between 3 or 4 different fashion categories or styles, and I just kind of blended all those together, and that's me.
Yep. That's how you do it, people. That is how you do it. It's that simple, we promise. I think when we talk about classic style, one of the staples to me of classic is a black jacket. And also the dark jeans, right? You guys do dark jeans?
I do dark jeans. Some people, they shy away from them, but if you know how to do dark jeans, it really puts the whole thing together.
Right. It's very, very
just look at any of the pictures of your A-list stars done by the paparazzi when they're out and about town. I think I ran across one. What's his name? He was doing James Bond for a while, but he was in
Pierce Brosnan.
No, not
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig. Yes, they had a picture of him, and he had a leather bomber jacket, a gray V-neck, dark wash jeans, and white tennis shoes.
That's it. That's the
a
look.
Classic.
That's the look, baby, and that's the one you want if you are chilling. Classic look is, I want to look like I put some thought into this, but guess what? I did it.
I just threw it on.
Simple. Right. Like I look like I've got it together, and I do have it together emotionally and all that shit, but it looks like I really planned this out when really it's just black and white. And of course it's not gonna clash together, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you can go, if you're really not comfortable with colors and you're still like shaky, go monochrome. Everything blue, everything gray, everything dark blue. I mean, it's really kind of hard to mess up.
It is very hard to mess up. Develop that look, man. And once you develop that look, people will know to look for you. They'll know who they're looking at. It's so psychological. It burns me because I hate that it's so true. I hate that clothing matters this much, and I know it does, and I never want to admit it, and I'll never admit it again after this episode. I won't.
I mean, it took me a while to kind of get a grasp and kind of wrap my head around it, but yeah, I mean, it really does. When you approach somebody and they first look at you, how you dress they are going to fill in the blanks, just like what we pointed out in Love Is Blind. The very first time they saw them, it didn't matter.
Right.
What their faults were. their minds filled in those faults. So,
yeah. So we got another style.
Yeah, we got another one, and this is one that a lot of people are going to be very familiar with. This is your sports style.
I mean, there's so many subsets of this.
Oh, yeah.
And it's very, very complicated, but it's not as complicated as the other two we have left up. So you want to tell them what the sports style is?
I've got to go through this list here and actually find it.
There's so many
literally,
sports.
we have, this thing is done, our write-up is literally done in like 10 pitch, and it's 10 pages long.
Yeah, it's insane. We went through it. We created a nice guide for you guys for style. It's very fun, and we'll probably have part of it on the website. Not the whole thing, but a good portion of it will be on the website, so you guys can see the different styles and where they all kind of group together. But I think with the sports style, I think I'm thinking of bikers for some reason.
Here it is. Found it.
There you go.
Yeah, this is the now this one you really can't confuse it with casual wear because people tend to call sports casual. It's not. Okay, this is where you're wearing things like your tank tops, your sports bras, your workout suits, and
your athletic wear.
Your athletic wear.
This is classic mommy who jogs in the morning with a stroller. This is also the guy and the girl who take pictures of themselves holding each other up, doing weird yoga poses. These are for people who really take their health seriously and they
spend 12
really want
hours
you to
a day
know
at
it.
the gym.
Right. They really need you to know it. So everything, they have like $600 athletic sneakers on with the insoles. I mean, all their pants come from Lululemon. It's a very comfortable wear. I will say that. I will give them that. They, out of all the styles, they have the best advantage when it comes to comfort. But it's definitely not for everyone. It's not for someone who doesn't work out, because then people are going to ask you about working out and you're going to be like,
You can make this work almost anywhere, but you really have to go into it and really study it. Because let me tell you, if you don't own like a sportswear company, if you don't own Adidas and you show up at a business meeting in Adidas wear, it's not going to go well.
This is one of the most branded of all looks. This is the one where, believe it or not, I think people make almost an exception to the rule because they know who you are. You have branded yourself as the person who exercises that much that you can get away with sort of wearing, Under Armour as one of your brands. You can get away with wearing Nike and Izod even to a certain degree. And you can get people familiar with it. And this is where this is where style flexibility comes in, because you are in this scenario where you work out, all these things. When you start to become more formal with your wear, when you have to go to, I don't know, a funeral or some shit, you are not wearing your typical brands, like Gucci, Armani, whatever people wear for suits. You're wearing shit like Under Armour. You know what I mean? Like, it's a very well branded type of wear or style.
And as an everyday type of wear, you can make it work, but you have to know how to make it work. So if you're a gym rat type of person, you can make this work as your everyday wear, but you have to be careful with how you do it. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, why are you always wearing your Nike workout suit?
They have, see, the thing is, like, Nike, obviously they sponsor golf tournaments and things like that. So they have more casual, more business type attire. It's just, like I said, it's branded so well. So the Nike polo shirt is so airy, you know what I mean? It's got holes everywhere, or it's wrinkle free or whatever, built for your favorite golfer. It's something when people see it, they know who you are immediately. And I think it's, like I said, it's one of the most branded styles. It's one of the most well-branded styles. And if you are an athletic person, this is for you, and you can have variations.
Again, you just kind of need to know how to make it work so that you aren't showing up to a social function and people kind of like looking at you going, everybody else is business casual, but when you show up, you can still wear activewear or sportswear and show up, and it looks business casual, but it's still within the activewear, sportswear, fashion style realm.
Of course, you have to just, you know what you're doing. You shop there. You shop at those stores. You see what they're able to do. Like I said, football players all wear Nike socks basically wherever they go, or Adidas. I guess it depends on which team you play for. But it's all there. It's always activewear, and it's compression. It's compression socks. It's compression underwear. It's very, like I said, it's just so well done. And the athletic community, whoever heads up the athletic clothing community, is probably literally drowning in dollars right now, because it is one of the most expensive looks you can ever pull off.
Yeah, I mean, they do the designers there do a ton of research, not just in the fabrics themselves and developing new fabrics, but also the textures, the looks. They don't roll out just anything for just because, hey, this is what everybody's buying. No, it's like millions of dollars of research before they launch a single shirt.
Yeah, and they use science too, so it's just super compelling. It's super amazing to see what they're able to come up with. This collared shirt has bird wing technology. You know what I mean? So when you walk, you're literally gliding on the air. It's things like that. And that's why I say it's just one of the most well done of all communities, and it's very, very, very obvious community. So if you're a part of it, you're a part of it, and you know exactly what we're talking about. If you're looking to get a part of it, you can also start. There's always a good start. They also do plus size athletic wear.
Oh yeah.
So it's just amazing.
It's greatly expanded.
That's funny.
And but yeah, the next style that we've actually got, as far as a general category, that really, this one is probably the biggest one, and it's known as the street style.
Ugh, I don't like that word. I think urban is better.
Yeah, it was urban, and then it changed to street. I think the crossover happened late or early 2000s or something like that, and it really started with FUBU. FUBU came out with streetwear.
FUBU, yeah, every little black kid owns something FUBU, and that's no lie. This wear, I think streetwear, is more of a minority look. And then you have your occasional Eminem. I think it's well branded in the way where there's certain brands that pretty much specialize in this. You got like your FUBU, you got like Fila, you got like Rocawear, you got like Baby Phat, and you can find these things everywhere. And some of that shit's crazy expensive.
Yeah, and I mean it's really for those who primarily grow up in like the big cities, New York, right, Chicago, Houston, Los Angeles. And really, what's funny is that this really started in California with the skate and surf culture.
Everything starts in California.
Yeah, pretty much. It's either California or New York, one of the two. But, they had their own look, and it kind of expanded from there.
Yeah, these pants you're looking at more of a baggy style clothing. Well, I guess streetwear has kind of changed because it seems like everybody and their mother wears skinny jeans now. But you're looking at more of a baggy style clothing, something very, very comfortable and fit. It usually makes a statement, and it's usually some sort of anti-authority statement, which I support fully.
Yeah. And a lot of it is actually something functional.
Mm-hmm.
The people who were skating, they needed to move easily, and they didn't want it like getting jammed up behind the knees and stuff. They needed to move. So guess what? It became a little bit baggier. It kind of expanded into sweatpants and joggers and leggings and stuff like that. So they kind of wanted to stay a little bit warm. So it was the t-shirt with the overshirt.
The hat. The hat is a staple of your good old fashioned streetwear. And this is, we're talking, there's several different types of hats. You got your bucket hats, which are pretty simple. And then you have your fitted caps, which are just, caps with bills on them. Then you have like beanies, which are awesome because they form fit to your head. It's very, very specific. I mean, You think boots, you think construction boots like Timberlands, and then very, very, very few, or not very, a lot of variations of Nikes and Adidas, but it's really comfortable. Yeah. It's very practical. It's easy to move in. It's, you know, it's not, it's, you know, dancing. Think about, dancers who dance hip hop. Think about dancers who do things like that. Very comfortable clothing, very practical, workable clothing. Nothing, if you want to get more if you want to get more business with it or more classy with it, you know, you
just switch from from a baggy pair of jeans to a slightly more fitted pair of jeans.
Right. Exactly.
Boom, done.
You're done. It's that simple. I mean, guys, I'm telling you, every style has a variation that can fit into formal, casual, whatever setting you're in. And it's just a matter of what you feel comfortable in, and how you execute it.
Yeah. And that's really it. I mean, if you're more of the kickback, laid back type of person that you just want to be comfortable, but you also want to express a little bit of your style into it. If you know what the staples are of a particular style, that's really all you need. You get the staples, and then you mix up the prints, the colors, the textures of the fabrics themselves. You start mixing that stuff up, and next thing you know, boom, you're off and running to the races.
That's how we do it. And then we have one more style to wrap it up. It's my favorite, of course.
Yeah, I just hate the word.
Yeah, I'm changing it. He says it's called hip, and I hate that. So we're going to call it trendy. Now, this to me is the most genre of anything that has ever existed.
Like really the all-encompassing of everything else.
Of everything in the entire world. We're talking goth punk. We're talking rock. We're talking chic. We're talking boho. Like we're talking everything. Yeah, cosplay. Kawaii. Oh my gosh. Okay. So side note, guys. Kawaii is this horrible Japanese style that people wear, and they love it, and it's like a huge culture. And I knew that. But when we were putting the guide together, I need you to understand how hard it is to find a man who dresses in kawaii clothing. And when I found said man dressed in kawaii clothing, he looked insane. And that to me is how I know that style is a personal fucking choice, because anybody who walks out of the house dressed like that and is shameless has the most self-confidence.
Yeah, especially because kawaii is pretty much a feminine style, but has been adopted by guys.
It's ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous thing. Cosplay is on there too, which cosplay is cool if you're going. Yeah. Wait, yes! Okay, I was calling it shave. So, like, I know what you're talking about. And it's just like gutter English trash. And it's crazy.
It's the British version of street.
Yeah, it's just gutter trash, dude. And then there's another one, it starts with an L. It's like lava like. No, I know what that is, which is just creepy. And obviously
the German lavalier.
Yes, it's pretty cool. It's just like layers. It's just like a bunch of shirt with layers.
Then you got Flapper, Garcon.
Which, Garcon's pretty cool too. Which, guys, as we laugh at these and everything, I need you to know, like, we don't judge you. We don't really care. It's just, we put a lot of time into this, and the amount of pictures we saw of all of these, it's just crazy. And some of them are more feminine, some of them more masculine. Some of them, like, if you are around your late 20s, early 30s, you'll remember like the entire scene style from being a teenager, which it's like half emo, half goth, but it's so stupid and you look ridiculous. And as I was going through some of these pictures, I had flashbacks of the way I used to dress, and I just like to formally apologize to the Academy.
Itself just has so many different
types of goth. There's so many different types of goth. Yeah, there's like vampiric goth. There's like 17th century goth. I mean, like there's
classic Victorian steampunk. The new one that's come out is pastel.
Steampunk's actually really cool. I do enjoy good steampunk.
Oh yeah, steampunk is awesome.
Yeah, I think steampunk's fun. I think a lot of these are fun, and that's what trendy is. It's just fun. It's a fun way of dressing. It's very anti-establishment. It's I don't give a fuck what you think about me. I'm gonna wear what makes me feel comfortable. I'm bold. I'm brave. Look at me. It's very in your fucking face. Like, I don't give a shit. You can't tell me what to do. You're not my mom and you never will be. It's that kind of thing. And the beauty of every single sub-trend is that it fits perfectly no matter where you go into any sort of formal setting. There's goth, like most goth, there's a couple subsections of goth that are completely fucking formal.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, especially when you start getting into the Victorian.
Yeah.
And
very classic.
Because a lot of people, they only think of, oh, it's all black, it's all this, all this. No, Victorian actually has a totally different take on it, where they start incorporating different types of colors, the bolder colors, the reds, the purples, into it, where your classic doesn't.
Yep. I mean, Lolita itself, well, inherently weird and creepy and probably red flaggy in my mind. It's incredibly formal.
Yeah,
it's very
it can
formal.
be. It just depends on how far into it they take it, because this stuff is really taken from the 1700s.
Right. It's only weird because the girl, if you don't know what it is, it's like a girl just like kind of like a little girl, and the guy just is like a grown man, and it's really it's based on this whole movie called Lolita. If you haven't watched it, and you feel like vomiting sometime, by all means, watch it. There's so what else are we missing? Let's see, we got chic, skater's another style.
Yeah, you can't forget country. I mean, country music's huge.
Yes, country.
I mean, really, there's only two genres that really follow music, and it's been around forever, and it's either your hip hop or country.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can't say, oh, what about rock? Well, there's
punk, emo, goth. I mean, there's different subsects. You can't just be a rock. You don't just dress like rock. You pick some fucking rock. You know, you can be a metalhead. You can be a punk. There's differences. The skinheads have their own look, and not the racist ones, the cool ones who kick Nazis, not the ones who are Nazis. They all have their own look. You know, the classic suspender with the steel toe boots, the hardworking, representation with the shaved head. It's that kind of thing. And once again, another thing that can be transformed, because believe it or not, suspenders are classy as fuck.
Yeah, you just got to know how to use them. That's right. Really, I mean, it's not difficult. If you're wearing suspenders, do not wear a belt, period.
That's very true. This is good advice. Write that down.
Then you've got your military style. You've got your retro styles. You've got...
the military style is just absurd.
It depends on how you're going to pull it together. I mean, there's so many different colors in the military style now, because you got your blues, your light blues, your whites, your grays. I mean, you got different patterns. I've seen stuff, and it's orange and yellow.
Yeah, it's just the amount of pockets they have. That's
pretty much. That's pretty much.
And it's fucking pockets, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what are you hiding?
You can put it together. You just got to know how to put it together so that when you walk behind a bush, you just don't disappear. So
that would be hilarious. It'd also be really scary too. Now that I think about it, but fun. It all just seems very, very fun. It all seems like, I don't know. That's all trendy is it's you really, really getting into self-expression. You wanting people to see who you are. There's people who dress like witches. There's people who dress like all kinds of shit, man.
Coming out of the 1920s.
There's
looking like they just stepped off the prairies.
Yeah, there's prairie style. There's another one that's just absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if you have the actual guide in front of you, but I remember it was a dude who has like a yellow button. I don't know. I gotta find it because it's gonna drive me nuts if I don't.
I just have like the write up.
Oh, just the write up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna drive me nuts. I'm gonna find it because it's the most insane style of dressing in the entire planet. Let me get this guy.
Oh, the prairie style?
No. It's more absurd. Flamboyant is absurd also. There's psychedelic.
Yeah.
That's just a lot of colors. Just so many goddamn colors. And none of it matches, really.
No, I mean, that's why they call it psychedelic.
Right. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to match. You can just look
at least it's not the 1960s psychedelic when they figured out how to make, what's that, linoleum? And pretty much everybody dressed in it.
Yeah, you got what you got to do. I got biker, which is always a good one. With so many different subsets, because there's so many different types.
Yeah, there's so many different subsets inside of biker as well. I mean, you got your...
rave fashion is absolutely ridiculous. anyone over the age of 35 still going to raves needs a psych consult. So
Yeah.
Just keep that in mind. I just would like you to know.
Yeah, then you got the artsy.
Yeah, artsy's pretty cool. I like the patterns and all of that stuff. I think flamboyant was the one that was just ridiculous. When I go down the list.
The sequined jackets. And,
just too much.
Yeah, I mean, it's like way off the chart. Put it this way, it's like coordinated psychedelic.
Yeah, they do too much, you know. And I'm a fan of casual, very simple style dressing. Too many colors confuse me. I don't actually understand how clothes match together. So I like solid colors. When I see people wearing things like the flamboyant look and all of those things, it just confuses my mind and my eyes start to hurt. So I just,
I mean, you're going to find a lot of your big name, over the top designers kind of wearing that stuff.
Yeah, that's very runway-ish, very much like the haute couture is very, very, very runway.
Yes.
Like, you don't just see people walking around like that unless they're drag queens or something. You know, it's very high fashion, and that's what it is.
Yeah, extreme high fashion. That's where you're going to be paying through the nose for some of that stuff.
Through the fucking, like, and it doesn't even look good.
It's
not even practical. It's not even like practical use. You know what I mean? It's like you're going to wear a beehive.
When your collar is 3 feet off your neck and 4 feet out your sides.
Right. And then there's the camp style, which is always, I do love a good camp, which is kind of funny. It's fun. It's nice, good play. I think the Met Gala is the best example of camp style we have. And I love me some Met Gala.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, you've got your grunge look and everything else, and the different styles that go into that. You got your punk look and the different styles of like subcategories that go into that.
Ooh, punk, yes. You can.
There's
English
just
punk, American punk. There's different types of punk.
Yeah, straight edge. What is it? Cyber emo. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff that go into that.
There are so many different styles, guys.
But when you know who you are and how you how you define yourself, you're able to gravitate towards one or two of these styles and kind of know what makes those styles up. So when somebody looks at it, they go, okay, that's what this is.
That's you.
Yeah. And then you can take that and make that into your own, and then it becomes your own unique version of that.
Right. And it's your look. It's what you feel the most comfortable in. You don't have to feel, I know somebody's probably listening like, I don't want to be put in a box. You're not being put in a box. What you're doing is discovering the things you like the most, and you're expanding your wardrobe, and you're basing your wardrobe on them. Whatever you feel the most comfortable in is what you're going to look the best in. I don't care what anyone says. You never look good in something you hate wearing.
Yeah. I mean, overall, I fit into the classic style, but you look at what I wear and it's like 4 different styles.
Yeah. I keep it cash.
Yeah. I mean, I can take off one shirt, put on another shirt, or put a jacket on, take the jacket off, and it's a completely different look. And it would fit into yet a totally different style. Literally, I can take one jacket off and put another jacket on, and I just moved from casual to business, or from prep to business, or I went from casual business to formal business with one article of clothing, literally.
Boom. One pocket square away from casual. That is what you are.
Yeah. And I mean,
one pocket square away.
Yeah, I have one shirt. Yeah, you would say that's flamboyant, but if I throw a jacket on, or I put a sweater on over the top of it, it's no longer flamboyant. I just moved into business casual.
That's very true. Well, I think that's all the styles.
Pretty much. I mean, we left a couple of them out there. We kind of raced over a ton of them. But, I mean, there are so many different things out there for people to explore and people to experiment with and just learn different colors and textures and patterns and this and that, and kind of mix it up. When people look at you, they go, that's their personality. That's what they represent. That's what they believe in.
People look at you, they see you. That's what you want.
Yeah, the unique, authentic you.
Yep, and never feel too ashamed. Never feel like you can't wear something because of your body type. I mean, dress however the hell you want, man. You're an adult. You be comfortable. Don't go around, obviously, with your genitals hanging out, because no one wants to see those, except the people who you date, hopefully.
Yeah, that kind of, you go meet a whole bunch of people that like doing that. It's called
Right.
jail.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Don't be a criminal about it, but you wear what makes you feel the most comfortable. You be you. This is what this whole journey is about, is being the most honest person that you can be. And, I hope you guys really, number one, go check out the website.
Yeah, because we'll actually have some stuff up there, but
Yeah.
I believe our next show that we're going to do, we're going to walk you through and kind of give you some questions as a guideline to helping you figure out what style is for you.
Yeah.
And in our course, we actually get way deep inside of this because we start off kind of general, we start drilling down. But if you know if you can answer certain type of questions, it actually points you towards a style that you can actually start to look at, start to play with.
Yep. And it'll be fun, and you're going to have fun. You're going to like to go shopping. Imagine that. You're going to want to go shopping.
A lot easier.
It's going to be fun, guys. And I can't wait to also see the last episode of Love is Blind. So we will see you probably in a couple hours, knowing us. You guys always check out the website. Make sure you like, rate, review, subscribe, follow, all those social obligations that people put on you who give you content. Let us know what's going on in your brain. Make sure you let us know what you're enjoying, what you want to hear more of. We're always looking for those emails. And as always, man, you guys have a great time. Good life. Enjoy yourselves.
Yeah, and we will talk to you on the next one.
That's all for this episode of the Girls Ask Guys show, where all of us learn to master this thing called life together. For more answers to your questions on life and love, be sure to subscribe to the show so you don't miss a single episode. And head to girlsaskguyshow.com to submit your questions for a future episode or apply to be a guest on the show. Good luck out there, and we'll catch you next time, right here on the Girls Ask Guys show.